Hey guys, what's up, it's iPhone here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to cosplay as that Star Wars kid from that old meme that people used to like laugh at a very long time ago. Alright guys, welcome to episode something of Warframe playing like a pro. Today, like I said at the intro, we're going to be cosplaying as that Star Wars guy, swinging our dual lightsaber around the room and, you know, like this here. It's pretty cool, you know, you look exactly like the kid from the video, even though I kind of look exactly like the kid in the video, but that's besides the point. But yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at the Amphis. This is a Grineer melee weapon. It's a polearm. It's okay. It's not the best weapon in the game. It's pretty good. It's okay. It's not top tier. You're not going to be going into swordies with it. That's all I got to say about it. Well, okay, bye. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at 3 builds, and each build has its own specific purpose, and I'll also talk about where this weapon is viable because you guys want me to do that. And basically test it out on like a multitude of different enemy levels and all this other stuff. And I will say at the beginning of this video, basically almost every weapon in the game you can put on a Blood Rush body count combo on, because you're building that combo up, you eventually would get like a decent enough crit chance to sort of make it so that crits are viable. But, you know, it's not a weapon that you really want to be doing that on, because you're putting way too much effort into the weapon at that point, where you could like easily put half the effort into another weapon and get same or better results, if you get what I mean. So, you know, theoretically, you can go Blood Rush body count on every melee weapon in the game. Just, you know, don't do that, because that's pretty stupid and it's a waste of time, which is a very valuable resource. So, we're going to be taking a look at my 2-forma Amphis. I almost call it the Amprex there, but that's besides the point. This has Life Strike on it because I like my Life Strike. You're obviously losing out a little bit of damage having Life Strike on there, but this is how I do it. So this is my my Corrosive build versus Infested. This is my Bombard build, so this is what I use to kill the Bombards, or the Bombards, call them what you will, but versus the Grineer faction, Radiation and Toxin, so Molten Impact, Shock and Touch, Fever Strike, and then obviously you have your main damage mods, so Prime Pressure Point, Prime Fury, and then you want to throw on your dual status mods to up your elemental damage a little bit. Then you throw on your Life Strike for your utility, or you can swap that out for more damage. Config B is a little different though, because we're going against the Corpus. So because this weapon has like 90% of its damage is based in impact damage, it's viable to actually put on Primed Heavy Trauma versus obviously the faction which is weak to impact damage, being the Corpus. So Prime Pressure Point, Prime Fury, same as usual, and then you throw on your elemental combo for Magnetic, and then you throw on your Primed Heavy Trauma right here. Keep in mind it has to be the Prime version. The regular version isn't really worth it. You're better off just going for an element there. And then you go with your doubling up on poison, so Fever Strike and Virulent Scourge, and then obviously your Life Strike, or you can swap this out for damage mod like I mentioned previously. And then for our config C, it's basically almost the same as config A, except the elements have been changed around, so Fever Strike and Shocking Touch for Corrosive, then Molten Impact for the Fire, Virulent Scourge, Voltaic Strike for your what's it called, it's doubling up on your elemental combo for more damage, and then Life Strike for your utility. So that is pretty much the builds, but now I'm going to be showing you guys where these builds are pretty much viable. Now this is not, like I said at the beginning of the video, not a level 130 enemy killer, because it's just not, you know. So let's spawn in this Bombard with a Radiation build on, and go ahead and see how long it takes us to kill him. Keep in mind it's not that long, but for a melee weapon, which a good amount of melee weapons in the game will be able to like almost one hit, especially if you have like a Blood Rush body count combo on, especially if you can hit the enemy too. You know, you're going to kill the enemies a lot faster, if you get what I mean. So we mainly kill them there because of the amount of status procs we got on him, and that's why he died so quickly. And yeah, like I'm not saying this is a bad weapon, it's just you can get weapons that do what this weapon does a lot better, and this weapon is meant for killing things, right? So next up we will test out our Amphis versus the Corpus enemy, so we'll swap to our Corpus build, and then we'll do the exact same thing. versus these enemies are level 130, by the way, so this is swordy level enemies, so you're not necessarily one-shotting these guys or killing them in, like, I would say 1 to 3 hits would be the viable area, I guess, for swordy level weapons. But, you know, this is how fast his shield goes down, and then if you proc your toxin, his health will go down even quicker as well. So there's the toxin proc right there, so his health is going to start to go down and go down and go down, especially as we hit him. And it's just going to keep on depleting, and then he'll die. So you have to swing it around just a little bit and kind of roleplay as that Star Wars kid, like a lot more, and to actually get the kill. Probably the fastest faction to kill with this weapon is the Infested, just as normal, because the Infested is probably the easiest faction in the game to actually take down, because, well, that's just that they are. They're the easiest faction to kill because they have no armor, they have no shields, nothing really skills with them apart from their health, which is, you know, the easiest to damage enemy resource, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. So this is level 130 enemies, and then of course if you compare this to, like, I don't know, like level 20 enemies, level 50. So it was recommended in the comments by someone called Xavier, I believe. I'll try to put his comment on screen if I can go back and find it. So a guy called Xavier, he recommended that I do it in sort of increments. So was it level 20 or level 30? It was like level 30, and then I go to level 50s, then level 70s, then level 100s, and then level 130s. So your level 50s would be your first sortie, and then your level 70 would be your second sortie and your raids, then level 100 would be the final sortie, and then level 130 just for your sort of scaling up missions, and then level 30 would obviously just be regular Star Trek missions, if you get what I mean. So that's what we're actually going to try in this video today, and I'm going to do that versus all of the armor targets, so you guys can sort of see the difference in how level does actually make a difference, especially in terms of armor scaling and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a bunch of bombards. Well, not a bunch of bombards, but, you know, a bombard, and I'm going to set his level to begin with, we'll set it to 30, right? So we'll probably kill this guy a lot faster than the level 130. That's pretty obvious, you know. So if my Bastille pops, let's go ahead and hit him. So yeah, he's dead already, you know. That was like one full combo off the Amphis, maybe even just 2 hits, and then he was pretty much dead. And then let's scale him up a little more. Go to level 50, so this would be the territory off your first sorties, or level 1 sortie, phase 1 sortie, whatever you want to call it. Let's see how fast we take him down. So again, same sort of thing. And then if we go back, pump him up to level 70. Go here, 70. There we go. Press OK. Simulate. Still in the Bastille. That's pretty good. I'm going to keep throwing them just in case, though, because I don't want to die. So, you know, now you sort of see that it takes a little bit more to kill them. Not an insane amount, but you have to go for your combo a little more, because you're basically at raid level, sortie level enemies right there. And then if you scale it up to level 100, which is basically your, oops, I want to spawn in 1 bombard, sorry, I meant to change the level there. You scale it up to level 100, this is your sort of final tier of sortie, right? There's the motorbike that likes to come around whenever I'm recording. But yeah, if we go ahead and beat him up now, you'll see it takes a lot more of your combos to take him down. And yeah, you proc your radiation, you get your crits and stuff, and then you deal the damage. We were critting a good amount there. It's usually, with this weapon, I think it's 1 in every 4 hits that you crit, something like that. What's our crit chance? Where is our crit chance? Critical chance is 7.5, so that's not even right. So yeah, so it's pretty low crit chance, but we were critting a good amount there. The status chance is 22%, but we were seeming to be critting a lot. I don't have a kitty on, so I don't see how that would be affecting our crit chance. But yeah, that's how fast you actually take down bombards, scaling in the level and stuff. So I guess it's cool to show you guys the difference. Should I do it with all the factions? I guess I can do it with all the factions for the sake of making the video just a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and do the Corpus next, because this is obviously the build that sort of sticks out in this weapon, because this weapon is mainly impact damage. So you have 238 impact with this 2 from the top primed heavy trauma. Yes, I know I need to level this up, but you know, you would put a max 1 on here, and this build can't fit a maxed 1 on. So let's go ahead and spawn in the Corpus Tech, and we'll spawn him in to begin with at level 30, and you'll see how fast we take this guy down. So it's probably just going to be the exact same as the bombard. We're going to either like 1 hit him or 2 hit him. So let's go ahead, maybe 3 hits there. So You know, obviously your combo, depending on what combo you're doing, like sometimes you can like multi-hit with a combo. So, you know, your first hit of the combo is obviously just a single hit, and then you do like a double hit, and then you do a triple hit with your final swing in the combo. So your combo does make up a very good amount of the DPS that you're actually dealing to an enemy, and that's why some players might favor one combo over the other, or one stance mod, I mean. So I'm using Clashing Force for the sake of this video. Obviously you can use Flailing Branch if you like. I just prefer Clashing Force for some reason. Really, with the polearms, it's more personal preference in terms of what you want to run in a stance mod, because none really give any standout stat bonuses like the Crimson Dervish stance mod does on swords. But we'll talk about that there in a later video, of course. So let's move on, and we'll go to a level 50 enemy and just use a combo on him. So realistically, levels 30 to 50, you're talking about 3 hits here to take down an enemy. He almost killed me there, so, you know. Okay, maybe considerably more here, but that was like 3 combos worth there. Not too sure what happened there. We are running the correct build, right? Just gonna go ahead and check. Yep, we are. So, yeah, it's taking a little bit more, you know. I guess it sort of depends with your luck on your crits and stuff as well. Like, if the weapon does have a low crit chance, the crits can make all the difference. But let's go ahead and take down level 70 now. Throw that Bastille out just to make sure that we don't die. Go ahead and kill him. Maybe it's actually like an unaware bonus that we're getting right now that's allowing me to take those enemies down because they're in the Bastille. I don't know if that is actually a thing. But you can get multipliers from an unaware bonus if the enemy isn't aware of your location. That might also up your damage whenever you're using melee as well. So, you know, it's not exactly or necessarily a crit that you're seeing there whenever you see yellow numbers. Maybe just an unaware bonus, which is like a stealth bonus, if you get what I mean. So, you know, got to take that there into consideration as well. Like, we're not seeing as many yellow numbers right now. This is level 100, so he's still dying pretty fast. Well, not pretty fast, but mediocre, I would say, in that regard. He's not dying as quick as you would like him to die. It was like 3 or 4 hits, but he's dying like considerably fast for basically what the stats this weapon has, right? So not a weapon sort of just threw in the trash. And finally, we'll test this out on Ancient Healers. So let's just go ahead and spawn in one of those guys and get them to level 30, like so. Simulate. And then obviously, we'll probably see more or less similar results. Maybe not, because these weapons, or this weapon is mainly impact damage, so it might take a little bit more to kill the Grenier enemies or the infested enemies. But let's go ahead, show you the build again. This is the build. I don't know why I keep on running back to the arsenal, but, you know, it's not necessarily to say that it's going to be dreadful versus other tiers of enemies. It's just you are going to get more use out of a weapon that is mainly slash damage versus the infested, or mainly puncture damage versus the Grenier, you know. But the infested is a pretty easy faction to kill regardless, as long as you have the right elements on. Basically, what I'm showing you guys with this video is your elements do mean a lot in terms of modding, because, like I said, this weapon is mainly impact damage, but because we're taking advantage of the elements that we're able to throw on our weapon, we're able to still kill effectively enemies that are in a different faction, opposed to what this weapon is originally built for, which is to kill Corpus, because it's mainly impact damage, right? So adding those elements on basically allows us to use that weapon in a wider variety of content. Of course, it may not be the most efficient one, or the most efficient weapon to use versus said enemies such as the infested or the Grenier. It's just that we have the option to do that with this weapon, and it's sort of one of those in-between weapons, if you get what I mean. It's one of those weapons that you can pick up and you can do fine with it, and yeah, you're not really going to have that much of a problem with it unless you are trying to bring it into a tier 3 sortie, if you get what I mean. So let's go ahead, spawn in the level 70 enemy. This is your tier 2 sortie, and your raids right here, so versus the infested. There you go. Died pretty quickly. And then last but not least, we'll spawn in our level 100. And this is your tier 3 sortie versus the infested. So, should be pretty easy to kill this guy. Okay, he died extremely fast there. So we definitely have some sort of unaware bonus or something that's obviously proccing whenever we put them up in the Bastille, where they don't see where we are. That's why we drop them so fast. So keep that in mind whenever you are going to get a melee weapon, that not all the stats that you see in a simulacrum are sort of representative of what the damage that the weapon actually does, because, you know, we could go up to this guy now and we can drop him as fast, you know, not as fast, but, you know, it's taking a little bit more hits to kill him now than it was the last time, because we had an unaware bonus on us, because we were behind them, I guess. But yeah, that's basically how meleeing works in Warframe. If you guys, well, not how meleeing works in Warframe, this is how the Amphis works in Warframe. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button below, and you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe and come back to the channel 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow for another video. I'm going to be trying something different out tomorrow, guys. Already have the audio recorded for it, and hopefully it will help you guys out a good bit whenever it comes to starting on your own YouTube channel and stuff. That kind of just gave it away. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.